Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something a bit different but incredibly important for every CEO, business owner, or leader out there. We're talking about William Shakespeare's play, Othello. Yeah, you heard me right, Shakespeare. Now don't click away just yet because you're probably wondering, why should I, a modern leader, care about an old play? Great question. Even though Othello was written way back in the early 1600s, the themes and lessons in this play are timeless. We're talking about jealousy, trust, love, and betrayal, stuff we all deal with even in the business world. These are things that can make or break a leader, and guess what? They're all wrapped up in this classic play. Think of Othello as a case study, a deep dive into human nature and leadership. It shows you what not to do and offers cautionary tales that you can really learn from. So, if you've been looking for ways to up your leadership game, stay tuned, because this video is going to drop some major wisdom bombs your way. All right, let's get this show on the road. We're going to go through Othello act by act, pulling out the best lessons for today's leaders. Trust me, this is going to be eye-opening. Act 1, Venice, a street. So the story kicks off in Venice, and we've got this guy Iago, who is super mad because Othello, the big boss, chose Cassio over him for a promotion. Iago feels overlooked, and he's not keeping it a secret. Lesson 1, transparency in decision-making. Here's where Othello could have done better. When you're the CEO or a leader, and you're about to make a big decision like a promotion, you need to be transparent. Explain why you made that choice. You don't have to justify yourself, but a little clarity can help keep jealousy and rumors away. Quote 1. Iago says, "I know my price. I am worth no worse a place." This line shows us how Iago thinks he's worth more than he's been given. If Othello had been transparent about why Cassio got promoted, maybe Iago wouldn't have been so salty. Scene 2, another street. All right, in this scene, Othello knows the heat is on. People are out to get him, but guess what? He stays super chill. Lesson 2, calm under pressure. Even when things are falling apart, a good leader stays calm. Why? Because your team is looking at you to steer the ship. If you freak out, they freak out. So no matter what's happening, remember Othello's line. Quote 2, "Keep up your bright swords, for the dew will rust them." That's Othello's way of saying, chill out guys, no need to fight, everything's under control. And that's exactly what your team needs to hear when things are looking grim. Scene 3, a council chamber. This is where the real action happens. Othello's up against the council because they think he tricked Desdemona into marrying him. But Othello isn't worried. Lesson 3, your work speaks. Even when people are questioning your motives or trying to drag your reputation through the mud, stay focused on what you do best. Deliver results, and let your work silence the haters. Quote 3, Othello says, "Rude am I in my speech and little blessed with the soft phrase of peace." Here, Othello acknowledges he's not the best speaker, but he lets his actions and reputation speak for him. And guess what? The council is convinced. Act 2, Scene 1, seaport in Cyprus. So, the gang moves to Cyprus because there's a war coming. Everyone's waiting for Othello, but his ship is the last to arrive. While waiting, Cassio and others get a little too comfy, chatting up Othello's wife, Desdemona. Lesson 4, team discipline matters. Your team might have to wait on you for certain things. Maybe you're finalizing a big deal or making a crucial decision. But waiting time shouldn't turn into, let's forget all the rules, time. Make sure your team knows how to behave even when the cat's away. Quote 1. Desdemona says, "Oh, let the heavens give him defense against the elements." Here, she's worried about Othello, but it's also a reminder for you as a leader. Your team should be your biggest supporters. Make them proud to be led by you. Scene 2, a street. This scene's pretty short, but still important. There's a proclamation to celebrate because the enemy fleet was destroyed by a storm. So, no war. Lesson 5, celebrate wins, but be prepared. It's okay to throw a little party when you hit milestones or dodge a bullet. But remember, the real war, competing in the market or achieving your vision, is still ahead. Quote 2. The herald says, "If virtue no delighted beauty lack, your son-in-law is far more fair than black." A celebration is going on. And this quote reminds us that good qualities should be celebrated. Same in business. Celebrate the good stuff, but keep your eyes on the goal. Scene 3. A hall in the castle now. Othello leaves Cassio in charge while he's away. Cassio screws up by getting drunk and fighting, and Othello strips him of his rank. Lesson 6. Swift decision-making. As a leader, when someone messes up, you've got to make quick decisions. It might be tough, but it's needed to maintain order and respect. Quote 3. Othello says, "Cassio, I love thee, but never more be officer of mine." Othello makes it clear, love or friendship doesn't mix with poor performance. He makes a swift decision to demote Cassio, showing his commitment to discipline and order. Act 3, Scene 1. Before the castle. Cassio is trying to get back into Othello's good books. He asks a musician to play some tunes to possibly soften Othello up. The scene may be short, but there's something to learn here. Lesson 7. Networks and relationships matter. Cassio uses his connections to try to get back in Othello's good graces. In business, it's not just what you know, but who you know. Keep those relationships healthy. Quote 1. The clown says, "Why, masters, have your instruments been in Naples?" Even the clown knows the value of tuning and preparation. It's a funny way to remind us to always be prepared and in tune with our networks and relationships. Scene 2. A room in the castle. Here, Othello is doing the rounds, making sure everything is secure and safe. It's not a big scene, but it shows us something important. Lesson 8. Attention to detail. Othello is a big-time leader, but he's still involved in the nitty-gritty. So CEOs and managers pay attention to details, even if they seem small. Scene 3. The garden of the castle. This is where things start to heat up. Iago starts to plant the seeds of jealousy in Othello's mind about his wife, Desdemona. Lesson 9. Verify, then trust. It's good to trust your team, but blind trust can get you in trouble. Verify things before you react. Quote 2. Iago says, "Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster which doth mock the meat it feeds on." This line is famous for a reason. Jealousy can mess up your judgment, big time. Scene 4. Before the castle. Desdemona realizes she's lost her handkerchief, a gift from Othello. It's a small thing, but it's huge for Othello because Iago uses it to fuel his jealousy even more. Lesson 10. Small things matter. In business, small mistakes can blow up into big problems. Pay attention to the little details. They often matter more than you think. Quote 3. Desdemona says, "Heaven keep that monster from Othello's mind." She's talking about jealousy, but she could be talking about any negative emotion. As a leader, you need to keep your emotions in check. Act 4, Scene 1. Cyprus. Before the castle, Othello is losing it. The jealousy is getting the best of him, and he even falls into a trance. Meanwhile, Iago continues to manipulate him. Lesson 11. Emotional intelligence is key. Emotions are contagious. If you're not managing your own, you're going to send the wrong vibes to your team. Stay aware of your emotional state and its impact on others. Quote 1. Othello says, "Lie with her, lie on her." We say lie on her when they belie her. Lie with her, that's fulsome. This confusion and emotional mess Othello is in, you can't let that be you. Keep your emotions in check. Scene 2. A room in the castle. Othello confronts Desdemona about the alleged affair. He's not handling it well, folks. Lesson 12. Address issues directly but diplomatically. When something's bugging you, address it. Don't dance around the issue. But remember, there's a way to do it that maintains dignity for everyone involved. Scene 3. Another room in the castle. Desdemona sings a sad song. She's feeling the weight of the situation and is pretty hopeless. Lesson 13. The mood starts at the top. If you're down, your team will be too. Maintaining a positive environment is crucial, and that starts with you, the leader. Quote 2. Desdemona says, "Good night, good night. Heaven me such uses send, not to pick bad from bad, but by bad mend. Even in her low state, she wishes for improvement, not revenge. As a leader, your aim should be to improve situations, not make them worse. Act 5, Scene 1, Cyprus. A street Iago's plans are coming to a head. Roderigo tries to take down Cassio but fails, and instead gets wounded by Cassio. Iago sees an opportunity and wounds Cassio too. Lesson 14. Be aware of hidden agendas. Sometimes your closest allies might be plotting against you. Be observant and don't take everything at face value. Quote 1. Iago says, "This is the night that either makes me or forders me quite." This shows how manipulative he is. Always be on the lookout for those in your organization who may have their own agendas. Scene 2. A bedchamber in the castle. Here it is, the tragic end. Othello kills Desdemona, thinking he's doing the right thing. When he finds out he's been duped by Iago, he takes his own life. Lesson 15. The consequences of poor judgment are severe. One bad choice can cost you everything. Make sure you're collecting all the facts before you make big decisions. Quote 2. Othello says, "I kissed thee ere I killed thee. No way but this, killing myself, to die upon a kiss." He realizes his mistakes too late. The cost of poor judgment can be irreversible. 3 key accountability lessons. Be transparent. Don't let mistrust and hidden agendas rule the day. Be self-aware, keep your emotions in check, and be aware of how they impact your decisions and team. Make informed decisions. Always collect the facts before making big moves. 3 leadership takeaways. Empathy is key. Understand the emotional state of your team. Direct but diplomatic. Address issues head-on but with respect. Be a mood setter. Your emotional state sets the tone for the entire team. And there you have it, the complete rundown of Othello and 15 valuable leadership lessons to go with it. If you liked this series, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for more killer content. Thanks again for watching.